There are mutations that are disease-causing or pathogenic. Kylan has a SYNGAP1 mutation that is likely pathogenic. It wasn't until kids are supposed to start talking and walking that we noticed.
We thought she was just a late bloomer. Like, not all kids are gonna walk at 10 months, 12 months.
The doctor thought, oh, she's just, she's taking in 2 languages, but once she talks, she's just really gonna take off. Just after her first birthday came some really intense behaviors. We're talking aggression, self-injury.
Waking up early.
Yeah, not sleeping, disturbed sleep. At one point, she pulled all of her hair out. When not understanding what was going on, she would pull her hair out. From professionals, I was hearing she hit terrible twos early, or, she's just really strong-willed. Those behaviors were well beyond what is normal for terrible twos. She was waking up crying, and then also having seizures. Most SYNGAP kids have myoclonic seizures and atonic seizures, and then it can kind of develop and progress into different types of seizures. Kylan has myoclonic and atonic seizures, which can look like a simple eye flutter.
Happy birthday to you. Here you go.
It turns out that her seizure triggers are actually really a classic symptom of SYNGAP. So we got on medication, we started gene testing. We got a call from the neurologist several weeks later, and
Before
said,
New Zealand?
Right, yeah, 3 weeks before we left for New Zealand for Christmas. And he said, we found it. This is what's causing all of her symptoms. So you get a diagnosis for your kid, and you kind of have to grieve that diagnosis. You can't change that, and there's no therapy or cure right now. And so you have to mourn the idea of what you thought parenthood was going to be with a child.
Just because she is diagnosed with this doesn't mean we treat her differently. And I don't want to take away her mana, which is her strength. The stuff that she wants to do, we encourage her to do it.
As a special needs parent, you identify with other special needs parents, and then there's the autism community, but SYNGAP is so unique. And so to find other parents that are going through the exact same thing.
They have the same likes as your kids in terms of like water.
Right.
Majority of SYNGAP.
And parents that are struggling with similar behaviors. And just to talk to other parents about what's going on in their lives, around what's going on with their kids is, it's incredibly valuable. The founders of SYNGAP Research Fund is another SYNGAP family, and they cover all overhead costs. For our kids, we don't have a treatment or a cure. We need more research. We need more data. With SYNGAP Research Fund, 100% of all donations goes straight to science. There are 2 really exciting projects that SRF is involved with right now. There is a geneticist, a world-class geneticist at UPenn that is working on epigenetics. The reason why this is exciting is that it means that we could have a treatment sooner, and it could be a better treatment for our kids. The other project is a data registry. This is paramount for SYNGAP because the more data we have, the more likely researchers will be able to get our children's information and develop science and then drugs for our kids. The hope with the Ciitizen registry is that we could gather the most amount of our patients' data, medical records, normalized so that it's more easily accessible. They actually are the workhorses and collect your medical records for you on behalf of you. You kind of sign a consent, and they go out and search it, and they normalize them and input it into their registry. So it's actually taking the work out for the parents and actually putting it in the hands of professionals, which I think is ideal, because once you receive a SYNGAP diagnosis, you find your community, you find the support, and can now focus our energy toward finding research that will ultimately result in a treatment for our children.